Good afternoon, Ospreys. You're watching Nest News, live from the Student Union. I'm Rodrigo Arias.
And I'm Kara Scarborough. Coming up on today's show, a permanent interfaith space,
A Palestine rally,
faculty salary increase,
and a weather update.
and a sports update. Stay tuned and enjoy the show.
The University of North Florida announced on Tuesday that the Graduate Lounge on the third floor of the Student Union West Building will be converted into a permanent interfaith space. The space will be an alternative option to the similar smaller space in the Interfaith Center and offer extended hours to the Osprey community. Its opening comes from a few months of student government, and its opening comes after a few months of student government deciding to discontinue a former interfaith space on the second floor of the Student Union, citing a need for more common spaces for students to gather. Pushback from UNF's religious and non-religious students was swift online, with multiple religious students expressing how they felt unrepresented by student government because of the decision. The new space can be found on the third floor of the Student Union, Building 58W in room 3613.
Chants from close to 1,500 mouths echoed across the grassy area in front of the town center Publix last Saturday afternoon, where people peacefully protested in support of Palestine, called for a ceasefire overseas, and slammed America's support of Israel. It's been a little over a month since the rally happened in that same spot. While hundreds attended last time, it tripled in size last Saturday. People of all ages and walks of life were there, waving Palestine's red, green, black, and white flag, raising homemade signs toward the sky. The protest began at 4 p.m. and ran until around 6:30. In the 2 hours and 30 minutes since it began, hundreds of passing cars honked and showed their support with various signs and flags hung out of the windows. The Jacksonville protest came as the death toll overseas crested 11,000 on Friday, Reuters reported. But even as the U.S. publicly supports Israel, public opinion is shifting. Protests have erupted across U.S. cities in the past few weeks, calling for a ceasefire. It's a similar story in nations across the globe. Over 300,000 people marched in London on Saturday, NPR reported.
After 2 days of voting, University of North Florida faculty passed a university proposed salary agreement in results announced by UFF-UNF leadership Friday afternoon. Of the 180 faculty members who participated in voting, 174 voted yes and 6 voted no. The UNF Board of Trustees will get the final say on the proposal during their November 30th meeting. However, given the landslide of approval by voting faculty, they are expected to also approve the salary raises. Once approved, faculty will receive raises based on how far from market value they are, a standard determined by a compensation survey commissioned by UNF. Depending on their current pay, faculty will receive raises between 5% and 19%. Though President Mose Lumayam previously praised the proposal as historic, the double-digit raises are in cases where faculty are paid far below market value. Stay with Spinnaker as we continue to cover faculty salary raises at UNF.
And now to Angel for your sports update.
What's up, Ospreys? Angel here with your sports update for the week. We have a decent bit to get into, so let's get into it. Women's volleyball team played against the #1 FGCU last Friday in a very stressful 5-set match. The Ospreys kept the Eagles at close point differential every single set, with the scores being 26-24, 25-22, 20-25, 22-25, and 11-15. The Ospreys fought hard but fell short for the win. The very next day, the women's volleyball team played in a very heartfelt match as it was senior night for the Ospreys. The Ospreys were playing the Stetson Hatters and won in a 3-0 clean sweep. Last night, the Ospreys, who were ranked number 6, played in the quarterfinals against number 3 Eastern Kentucky. The match was fought very valiantly, with all 4 sets being very close ones. The game finished with the Ospreys pulling off the upset and beating the number 3 seed 3-1. Women's basketball played against the FAU Owls in their home opener last Monday. The Ospreys were down by 2 at the half, but kept the game close. The game was decided in the fourth quarter, with FAU outscoring UNF 84-75. On Wednesday, the women's basketball team also played against the Gonzaga University Bulldogs away. The Ospreys went down by 8 points into the half. The Bulldogs kept outscoring the Ospreys for the final score 83-55. The men's basketball team played against South Carolina State Bulldogs away in South Carolina. The Ospreys had a rough start with the score at half being 26-45. The Ospreys scored more than the Bulldogs in the second half but weren't able to pull through, losing 87-77. The men's basketball team played last night at home against the Presbyterian College Blue Hoses. The Ospreys were up in the half 34-28. The Ospreys ended up losing 81-69 with the Blue Hoses outscoring the Ospreys 53-35 in the second half. Some sports for the weekend. Women's volleyball team plays tonight at 4 against the number 2 Lipscomb Bisons in the semifinals of the ASUN playoffs. Whoever wins the game plays in the ASUN championship. Men's basketball plays against Northwestern State Devils here tonight at the UNF Arena at 7 p.m. Tomorrow, the men's basketball team also plays against the Maine Bears here at the UNF Arena at 5 p.m. That's all I have for you today, Osprey. See you next week for your sports update. Swoop!
Have you read the Freshman magazine?
I don't think that I have yet.
Really? I know Mitch has.
I wasn't able to find any parking. I can't figure out how to join a club. Classes are all over the place. Mom, I need you to come pick me up. The school is driving me crazy. Huh? Anyway. So I go. Mom, I don't know what just happened, but there was something on the ground, and now there's not. Mom, I'm gonna have to call you back. What?
Is this what you were looking for?
Yeah, I guess.
It's a new Spinnaker freshman zine, a little magazine. You could find one in any Spinnaker blue box around campus. It's got all the information a freshman could ask for. And just look at this design. So do you want it? It's free for all students.
Sure. Thanks, I guess. Wow, there's a lot of great information in here. It is great.
And now to Kobe Rosenberg for your weekly weather update.
Salutations, Ospreys. My name is Kobe Rosenberg. I am here to update you on our Weather Weekly report. Today is mostly overcast with the sun peeking out behind the clouds all day long. Our high will be of no more than 74 degrees and will get down to the mid-60s for our low temperatures. Our weekend will continue into highs of 70s and lows into the 60s, with expected sunshine throughout this Saturday and Sunday. Our weekly highs will stay the same, but will start to dip into the lower temperatures as the week progresses, ranging from 74 to 73 degrees on Tuesday and Wednesday, and lows that get to the low 60s to high 50s. These cooler temperatures will be paired with mostly cloudy and partially sunny weather, continuing into next Thursday and Friday. That's all the weather updates I have for you today, Ospreys, so make sure you get out there and enjoy that Florida fall weather. Have a nice flight. Back to you, Kara and Rodrigo. Swoop!
That's just about all we have for you today, Ospreys.
Remember, consider donating to support Spinnaker through the link in the description below.
For all things Spinnaker, check out our website at unfspinnaker.com.
Also, make sure to follow us on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter at Spinnaker, and check out the rest of our YouTube for more content.
As always, thank you so much for watching. Remember, UNF is off next week starting on Wednesday, so enjoy the Thanksgiving break. I'm Kara Scarborough.
And I'm Rodrigo Arias. We'll see you after the break on Spinnaker's Nest News.